Hi friends, welcome to 84. In this session we are going to see about lead and lag analytic functions in SQL Server. What's mean by lead and lag? This is enabled from SQL Server version 2012 for the enhancement to overby windowing functions. These functions used to access data from a subsequent row in the same result set without use of a self join. That means lead is considered with lead and lag. That separate functions. Lead is used to provide access to a row at a given physical offset that follows the current row. Lead is used to compare with current row and between the following rows. And lag is used to provide access to a row at a given physical offset that before the current row. So we can compare with the lag between current row and previous row. So we can compare the value of current row with previous or following rows. Select statement. So this is a syntax for lead and lag. Lead or lag. Lead, scalar expressions, and offset default. This is a over class partition by and order by class. See, lead and or lag. The scalar expression is the value to be written based on the specified offset. It's an expression of any type that returns a single value. Scalar expressions cannot be an analytic function. And the second parameter is offset, the number of rows forward from the current row from which to obtain a value. So then only we can compare with the nth row. So we have to point out the row number in the ordered list. If not specified, the default is 1. Offset can be a column, subquery, or other expression that evaluates to a positive integer or can be immediately converted to big integer. Offset cannot be a negative value or an analytic function. The third parameter is default, the value to return when scalar expression offset is null. That means the given position not available in the current set. So it will be returned to the null. So if a default value is not specified, null is returned. Default can be a column, subquery, or other expression, but it cannot be an analytic function. Default must be type compatible with the scalar expressions. So it's equal to is null. So let us check with the simplest example for this. Consider employee sales table. Here employee ID and here sales quantity from employee sales, where employee ID is equal to 1. Comparing with first initially single employee and the first employee. Here this is the sales quantity of current row. Here going to compare with the expression sales quantity and offset next row. So 1 current row and next row offset position is 1 default value. If there is no row and current row is the last row, the result will be null. So we get mentioned with the default values. So with an overclass order by year. So this is a next year sales quantity. Consider this is a next year sales quantity. Order by year. See, this is a current row up to this is a current row, and the next year sales quantity is based on this order by statements. Say ordered list from the current result set. this is next year value is 2 and current result set, and the next value is 1. So it will get the value in this order. We can check with offset position changing. 2 is equal to results like this, 1 and 3. So current row and relation between the second row after the off position. So 1 is compared with third row's value, and second is compared with fourth row, and 2 does not contain the, this is the 2 is the current row, so current row and the last row for the result set, so the result will be null, so by default it will be a 0. So we can point out the offset row to be compared with nth row. So this is current row and next row, current row and next row's value, current row and next row's value. This is an example for lead, and lag is previous year. See, this is the first row and it does not have a previous row, so result will be null, the default value 0. And see, second row is previous value is 1, and third row is the current row and previous row's values 2. So it will get the result set from the previous row. So these analytic functions used to compare the current row and previous and following rows. Here we can use a partition class. We remove the criteria and check, make a partition by employee ID or by employee ID. So we can compare all rows, the partition class. 2 and the next year is 3 and 2 previous row is null, so it will be by default 0, and the 3 next year is 1, previous year's value is 2. So using these functions we can compare between current rows values and previous or following rows values using their offset. So this topic will be very useful to you. If you like this session, please like and subscribe. Thank you, friends.